I'm rather Incoherent, and the deck is Deathrattle Warlock. The Control Warlock shell that I used last time with Mal'Ganis Jailer Warlock was really strong, but what I was playing towards wasn't, so I've kept the support half of that, the Control Warlock half, but we changed out our endgame. I was debating between Demons and Undead, but why not both? Both packages are pretty small, with just Void Caller, Dirge of Despair, Enhanced Shredlord, and Mal'Ganis for 9 cards. On the other one, Thaddeus, Flash Behemoth, Dar'Khan, Infantry Reanimator, and Amorphous Slime for 8 cards. And then we're also running Symphony of Sense, or yet another just very high efficiency tool, because our win condition in control matchups is very much just card after card after card, outvalue them, out-tempo them. And that is what Symphony of Sense is for. It's for grinding them out through sheer value generation, which is what it is for. I do worry Dirge of Despair might be too weak. I might rather run like Sir Finley and a tradable Silence than Dirge of Despair, but I do want to give it a shot before I write it off. Before we get into the game though, if you haven't already, remember to like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help the channel grow, and I deeply appreciate it. Anyway, let's go. Alright, we're up against Outcast Demon Hunter almost certainly. Felstring Harp is probably getting kept in this matchup. Do I hold Amorphous Slime? Amorphous Slime is the only enabler for all the undead stuff, so I think I do hold it. No, I would hold a Void Caller. I wouldn't hold Dirge of Despair, that's too slow. We're ready to enable Undead, please. I would like to see your Undead minions. There's no reason to play Felstring Harp on 2. I want it to actually heal me, which it won't currently be doing. Do I coin tap? Because I so desperately need to find an undead minion. If I coin tap, we're at 6 cards. On turn 2, I go to 7, 8. On turn 3, I go to 9. I have to play something. So that means I won't be able to play tap harp on 4, which means I don't coin tap. Because I have no guarantee I'll actually be able to hold all these cards and not be forced to just throw away the coin. Or sorry, throw away something, because I'll have already thrown away the coin. From my opponent's perspective, the fact I had a decision to make there probably looks like I'm aggro, but no, I'm just stupid. I'm just learning a deck. This is the first time I played Control Warlock in, like 3 days. So I don't have much of an excuse, I guess. I suppose my previous Warlock had more options for how they were going to play the game. They weren't desperately looking to enable Amorphous Slime. I'm ready to enable something. I just don't know what yet. Defile seems very, very good against the sorts of board that Outcast generates. Also, if I'm not putting minions on board, his deck gets a lot worse. There's a lot of things he has that just generate rush minions or deal damage to minions, and those are a lot less good. If he's forced to just I-beam his own stuff when he generates I-beam off Wretched Exile, that's nice. Wretched Exile just naked, holy shit. If you haven't played Outcast Demon Hunter, that is incorrect. Don't do that. This is why. I feel much better about my chances of winning than I did just last turn. Last turn, I was doubtful I could win. This turn, he has just thrown away one of the 4 most important cards in his deck, the other ones being the other one and the 2 Glaive Tarts. I guess Sethino, Rowdy Fan, and Helveria give them a run for their money. I'm going to tap Harp. No. I'm going to coin Amorphous Slime, because I drew an Undead. And then next turn, I'm going to Amorphous Slime again, because I'll draw another Undead. Oh wait, you don't trigger their death rattle immediately. I'm exaggerating how good you are, but you are sick. I think I win. I think I've already won. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. And Felrin's a hell of a card. Felrin just cheats so much mana. He's essentially a 0 mana 3/3 that enables your synergies, which is insane. I say he's a 0 mana 3/3 because of the discounts he's given to these guys. Anyway, Glaive Tar does explosive stuff like it's wont to do. I guess he doesn't get to draw this turn though, because he didn't swing last turn. Which is why I would have swung last turn, because it's already drawing 3. If his hand's particularly bricky, it's right not to swing, but it seems unlikely. We trade in here. It's better to trade in on the Outcast in case there's some randomly generated way to bounce it. And then we play the second Amorphous Slime. And if he gets through this, we have stuff like Felstring Harp and Infantry Reanimator behind it to keep summoning more taunts to start healing ourselves. Dirge of Despair, thoroughly not relevant to winning this game. Like, at all. I mean, to be fair, neither is Defile, and Defile is definitely a very good card. Not being relevant to winning the game you already won might not matter. I mean, that's definitely helpful. That's less helpful. He should have attacked first. Now he's in a very awkward spot where spells will summon the other one. Oh no. If he had swung first or reduced this to 2 health, that would actually have been really solid. But now he's just created an awful situation. I would appreciate if you could kill one of them though, so my Infantry Reanimator could get better. Like, I'm out of Undead to summon, but I'm perfectly happy with more 4/8 taunts. It's so gross. It's not even the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is Chadius. It can be worse than this. Oh my god, it's absolutely brutal. I think Thaddeus always starts on odd, right? Do you have second predation? Yeah, he's good. He's out. I feel good about the undead package I was building towards. That stuff seems solid. Alright. Against Priest, and none of that's relevant. Let's figure out what we're doing. I've had a couple of games I've just lost in a row that were just absolute blowouts by high rolls. One in the mirror match where my opponent had a ridiculous turn 5 Chadius inside of a Amorphous Slime, and another against a Renathal Priest with an active Love Everlasting Svalna on turn 5. So neither of those games are worth airing. There's nothing to learn or talk about. It's like, oh yeah, if your opponent draws perfectly, you do lose games. Which is deeply frustrating. It just feels like a waste of time to play the games where your opponents cannot lose. This game is still up in the air as to what's happening. It's not looking great so far. This deck hinges so hard on a small handful of cards, and when you draw the things that they need, but without them, it feels so bad. This just feels like the Imp deck, but with the high roll flip to the other side of the mana curve, right? This feels like it just instantly wins some games, and it's a much more convincing instant win. Like, the high roll is much more consistently powerful than what Imp decks are doing. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, if you just don't draw Voidcaller or Amorphous Slime, if those 4 cards are not in the top half of your deck, you lose. Oh, I probably should have played Scourge Supplies there, but I'm busy being on tilt. Definitely should have played Scourge Supplies there, though. 100%. I guess you could argue that by doing this, I make it possible to play the Fan. Also, I think this means it's a tempo deck, or an overheal deck that I was talking about, or playing earlier in the season. Do I play this now? Probably. Yeah. Wait, am I overdrawing? Have I tapped too many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're good. We're barely good. Amorphous Slime comes down. We still have some stuff in the deck for the Flesh Behemoth. The other Flesh Behemoth is it. That's all. Thankfully, I'm running Symphony of Sins, so even though I don't think Symphony of Sins is a great card, he can't pull it off of Hipster, which has happened to me already once. Not emotionally ready to ever have it happen to me again, so I have to play with Symphony of Sins for the rest of my life until Hipster's out of core. Anyway, let's see it, Slime. Hey, it's the best one. Good job. It could just be Dead to Shadow Word Death and the like, but probably not, right? Dispossessed Soul is an interesting one. I mean, it's almost just Chillwind Yeti, but it's much better. Discover a copy of a card in your deck is very good. Oh, it's a Renathal list. I wasn't even paying attention. This is the Thief deck. I didn't even realize it. This is just the Thief Priest. I was so on tilt at the start of this complaining about the blowouts I've had recently that I didn't catch that this is a Renathal Control Priest. This is just the Thief stuff. I can trade here. I can't Infantry Reanimator this turn because it doesn't do anything. I can't really tap. Oh wait, you're gonna make my Odd Calls cards 1. Yeah, there we go. That's the plan. Yeah. Let's just win the game. I'm sorry, opponent. I forgot that Chadius does things. They're very important things. I'll toss the Drain Soul, I guess, because I'm doing this. Yeah, Tour Guide, why not? Oh, I probably should have played Flesh Behemoth, but whatever. Let's pretend I'm playing around AoE. Because Shadow Word Ruin does ruin us pretty aggressively. That doesn't really mean anything on its own. That's just something you always do as an order. Dissonant Pop deals 6 to all. That is not even a kill on Thaddeus, actually. So I played this to get another Dar'Khan. Counter argument. You play this. It's obviously better to get the other demon out of your deck. It's just gonna get a Void Caller, but still. It's a very large Void Caller. I don't need to play you anymore. I'm gonna play this even though it's not great. Like, there are definitely better things I can hit, but it's definitely good enough, right? I'm a Hold Enhanced Dreadlord because I only lose to AoE, and it's already getting summoned by the Void Caller if I lose to AoE. I did not. Anyway, much like the previous 2 games that I lost, my opponent's game that time had nothing to be learned. That's just getting destroyed by your opponent drawing the nuts. My opponent was helpless there. It says nothing about his deck or his skill to lose to that. Much like I've been doing for the past 20 minutes.
Thompson versus Omen.
All right, we got Demon Hunter, almost certainly outcast Demon Hunter. We started this by destroying one with the good opening. You hold Scourge Supplies so that you can play that on 3. But the rest of this is not getting held. Mortal Coil Tour Guide. Seems good. Seems very good. Tour Guide on 1 is way better than anything that involves passing on 1, so... Dirge of Despair will eventually do something, but that's a long, long ways off. I shouldn't say that. I've guaranteed now that I draw 5 consecutive demons in the next 5 turns, haven't I? Even if I do, I'm still fine. Oh, hey, skipped on 1. No Slither Spear. That's very good for me. This is always tap, right? There's nothing in my deck I could even have drawn. I wonder if this deck wants to run Astalor. My general game plan of just outvaluing my opponent seems like it supports Astalor. But at the same time, Drain Soul is legitimately better control, and that matters a lot for this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I play Scourge Supplies. I go up to 10, down to 9. Reanimator is nice, but not essential. Amorphous Slime is not throwable. We cut the Mortal Coil. We have one in our hand already. The other 2 are our combo pieces that win the game. And I've drawn almost all of the Undead for the Behemoth again. That's cool, and I like it. It's probably not right. If I tap, I just overdraw. This is an awkward one. Do I tap because the overdraw doesn't matter, but the health gain might? Wait. I tap because I'm not overdrawing and I'm really bad at the game. That makes it much simpler. Just count your cards correctly. I don't even need to count my cards correctly. The game's doing it for me. Thanks, Hearthstone Deck Tracker. Oh, it's relics. This is not what I've been seeing out of Demon Hunter. This is new stuff. So he's got a slight board now, not much of one. It's dead to Defile perfectly. I really want to play this Amorphous Slime, though. It's such a good Defile. I'm never going to have another one this good. It's killing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power. How do you not play this? Yeah. Grumble, grumble. The problem is I don't have the room for a full Scourge Supplies. I can't throw away a Hellfire, I feel like. So I just end my turn here without tapping. Because now I actually will overdraw, and the health is not worth it.
Who here can spell Zinjari?
And after this, School Teacher will be free to play our Amorphous Slime. And that'll be pretty good for us. Not the best, because he might be playing Relic of Dimensions here, which is brutal, but if they have it, they have it. They probably have it at this point. They're only 9 cards in their deck. I guess 10 because of Fizzle, but you know. Discard something, get a hero power going. I'm going to hold on to that hero power for a hot second, though. I don't need it now. Well, there's a chance I don't need it. I certainly don't get anything out of it now, and I won't be tapping next turn anyway. I wonder if I should have used Dirge of Despair there. No, because Void cards are in my deck, and there are no demons in my hand. Dirge of Despair there looks pretty weak. That silence, don't you dare. All right, I'm good with that. I mean, that does kill it. That's not actually good for you. I feel like I'm actually in a great spot. Because I'm going to resurrect it. It'll be on odd. I'm going to play 2 Flesh Behemoths. So, yeah, this is why I say that this has a much more convincing high roll than the Imp variant of Warlock does. The high roll is absolutely bone-shattering. This is awful. I would like my Chattiest back, and I would also like to play his best bros. And I'll tap now, because I might be tapping next turn, and I just want the health. Alright, I've been AFK for a hot second. What's happened? He's played a Blood Mage Thalanos. He's Relic Vaulted, I think, and just really briefly opened and shut again. I mean, that's a lot of damage. This guy doesn't care at all, though, and also Dar'Khan's on the board now. The second one is sadly empty. Wow, that's so many Relics of Extinction. That's sick. Shame he had Reborn. Hit him for 11 damage. I think I go Hellfire full fit. Oh, I have lethal. I have you in hand. Yeah, that does it. Yep, that'll do. Good job, Dar'Khan gang. I don't know how to feel about this deck. It high rolls so often, but it's just trash without the high roll. I'm sad. That Relic deck was super cool. It's the first Demon Hunter that wasn't Outcast Demon Hunter I've seen. And he just gets absolutely blown out by this deck's high roll. I guess that's ultimately going to be why I don't like this deck, even though the deck probably is fairly solid, is I don't feel good about the way that I'm winning. Like, when I rush you down with an aggro deck, I feel like I'm exposing a fault in your deck and I'm doing a healthy thing for the metagame by making sure no one gets too greedy. When I play this deck and you lose to, I'm just like, haha, sorry. You didn't deserve it. The way this deck wins is so degenerate and thoughtless. It's just like, I need to draw some very specific cards and then you die. Like, theoretically, you can live for a couple of turns before Thaddeus beats you to death, but nobody's fixing this. All right, Tour Guide on 1, better than Skip on 1, as always. Don't think I'll be coining nothing. It's always funny when the game's like, oh, the end turn button's not green. You technically have a play left. I'm like, I don't know if I want to coin nothing, game. Oh yeah, also, I'm against a Warlock. He skipped on 1. Fellstring Harp means it's probably a control mirror. Which means one of us high rolls and the other one whines. Scourge Supplies on 3 is very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to coin it, though, which is unfortunate. In that case, it's probably going to be coin Mortal Coiling my own guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go down to 8 from playing at an overdraw. I'm going to have to coin Mortal Coil my guy no matter what next turn. I have nothing else to do to get cards out of my hand. The only way I don't have to do that is if I draw specifically Tour Guide in the next 4 cards. So to prevent my opponent from Mortal Coiling this, because I have to get rid of a card next turn anyway, I'm going to do it now. That looks crazy, but I'm like 100% sure that with Scourge Supplies in hand, I'm right. We have tap and nothing. He's upset with me. I don't know if that's him not having Mortal Coil or him being really upset because he has Mortal Coil. Anyway, the reason I did that is now revealed because I would overdraw if I didn't. Drain Soul is absolutely the one getting tossed. This isn't even a decision. So, have we figured out what we're doing yet? No. We have literally no playable cards. We can't tap here because we're at 9 going to 10, so if we Fellstring tap, we just overdraw. So we're probably playing Fellstring Pass. I hate it. Oh, wow, you tossed Dar'Khan. Interesting. I think it's actually Fellstring Defile, which sounds crazy, but I just need to throw a card out of my hand. Welcome to Control Mirrors, I guess. Mortal Coiling my own minions, defiling empty boards, just... Where is Amorphous Slime when you need him? Alright, that's only Flesh Behemoth, it's not backbreaking on its own. I have Void Caller with stuff in it, so it's not nothing. Wish he'd shown up a turn earlier, though. So inside this, if I have Enhanced Dreadlord, I'm feeling good. If I have Morganis, I'm feeling a little bit sketch. Next turn on 6, I have Dirge of Despair, very specifically, nothing else. If that's the minion hand deck buff, then I'm very, very bad off. If it's anything else, how am I doing? That's fine. He doesn't even get the lifesteal, it's just hitting me for 6. The other ones will probably draw 6 cards and something else irrelevant. Maybe deal 6 to face, huh? Do I want to kill this against the Behemoth to pull something out of my hand? I do. Yeah, so I do this to guarantee Enhanced Dreadlord, and then I sack here. All right, let's go. Your turn. I really hope I win this. I feel like I've been playing very, very well. But this matchup is such a fucking fiesta. Like, if Thaddeus comes out of that and I just lose the game on the spot sometimes. It's also possible Thaddeus is in his hand and it literally cannot come out of this. It's such a wildly high RNG situation. Do you run Twisted Tether? That's unfortunate for me. It still got the kill there, thankfully. Oh, Spirit Bomb. I would take that to mean that he's running Void Virtuoso, because Spirit Bomb is a little bit weird if it's just being run on its own, it feels. At 7 mana, I can just slam a Dar'Khan on the board. Oh, wow. That seems a little bit greedy, my dude. Second Amorphous Slime hits something very good guaranteed, and I tap in addition to that. What do I have in deck left for undead? Nothing, it doesn't matter, but I don't need to tell my opponent that. Flesh Behemoth is unfortunate.
Flesh for steel.
Neither of these trades are good for me, so I go face. We have Hellfire Defile, which could be very relevant, and depending on what board total health we end at, this is going to pull something large, probably the same minion he just killed. Yep. If he has removal for that, I think I'm fine with it. Tossed its all hand, huh? That's interesting, because he also could have waited a very small amount of time, probably, and tried to draw for these guys. So the fact he didn't do that means his hand was really bad. That's unpleasant. Did he get my Symphony? He didn't. So I still am not just dead. Losing the Infantry Reanimator and the Behemoth in there both definitely suck. Dirge of Despair is just making my deck worse. The cards left are fine. I've got Symphony, that's what matters. Yeah, you should probably kill the Lifesteal minion. I guess it doesn't matter. He doesn't need to do that. No, he should have went face. Because I have to trade it off anyway, it doesn't matter. 5/3 Hellfire Voidcaller. Yeah. Alright, it feels safe to damage at least. I got Defile in hand to finish that off after it goes into the 4/5, so that's solid. Still don't have Symphony of Sense. His deck's pretty full though, so him drawing more Symphonies isn't that likely. Hi, Thaddeus. That's really bad. He shouldn't play it this turn, probably. If his hand's bad enough or good enough, as it were. Maybe you do, but you almost certainly hold it for next turn, right? Yeah, Thaddeus is much better when you have 10 mana and 10 cards instead of 4 mana and 5 cards. So I'm probably dead. He did toss a Dar'Khan, so we lost a lot of value on that. Void card doesn't matter at all. At this point in time, we have the mana to play the big stuff. I don't... What? Why didn't you take the free kill? What's happening? I'm gonna play this. This seems very good. I'm never picking 6 AoE, so I don't need to do anything first. Draw your highest cost minion, reduce its cost by 6, hits Reanimator guaranteed. That's the biggest board I can produce right now, so I'm gonna take it. I'm going to play Defile. Just to deal 1. Wait, is Dar'Khan dead? No, Dar'Khan's in my hand. So I do need this to die first. I'm going to reanimate it and go face. I still think I'm just dead. I think that my opponent just has too much more value than me thanks to his desires, or to his movements rather, because the Thaddeus is going to be backbreaking. I don't think I can deal with it. Yep, that's a 4-mana Thaddeus. 1 mana Mal'Ganis. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like I said, this deck really just wins games, and you're like, yeah, I'm sorry, opponent, I don't know what you were supposed to do about that. I mean, should have played around 4 mana Thaddeus with 5 high mana odd costed cards in hand. Can this somehow fix it? On its own, no, it's gonna require a second card. At +6/+6, we're still not even getting through or surviving a 17/17. If we draw the AoE, it doesn't even clear his minions. It's so bad. We're just dead. There's nothing to think about. I'll tap first. Drain Soul does not fix it. Drain Soul Hellfire doesn't even kill Mal'Ganis. It's such a tragedy. Such a bad game to go out on, but it showcases my point about just being high rolls and low rolls and nothing else really effectively. So, how do I feel about Deathrattle Warlock? Of the Warlock decks I played, it feels like by far the best one. Its win rate feels like it's entirely dependent on high rolling, specifically with Voidcaller and Amorphous Slime. I do wonder if Dirge of Despair should just be a different card. I think your win rate would be higher if I did change that out. It doesn't seem like it's helping very much. And there's only 3 good hits, and very oftentimes Voidcaller is still on the deck. So I do think that Dirge of Despair is just wrong and the deck gets better. But every deck list I've been playing, it's like the first 3 days still. There's a lot of refinement to do. It's not a surprise that the deck list can be improved. But from what I've seen so far on Deathrattle Warlock, it looks like it's so wholly reliant on the Amorphous Slime high roll that the rest of the deck really doesn't matter. In fact, I would go so far as to say that the Voidcaller stuff seems entirely useless in the games that I've played. The idea of just getting an additional big Dreadlord isn't super appealing. The main thing that the Demon package is adding is a 1-mana Mal'Ganis when I cheat out Thaddeus, right? I'm very confident that there's a variant of Undead Warlock that's very strong, like at least tier 2. But the way it's strong is incredibly unfun and uninteresting. It's just high rolling off Amorphous Slime. This doesn't have like neat combos like Carnivorous Cube did. This is just like, hey, I'm gonna do something, who knows what? There's no setup for it, there's no interest to it. You play it, maybe it hits Thaddeus, maybe it doesn't get silenced, maybe Thaddeus comes down, and maybe you get to do stuff. Maybe your opponent kills and it comes down on even and you can't do anything, or maybe they don't and it comes down on odd and you can't do anything. You needed it to come down on even on their turn. Like, it's just such a high roll centric game. If you really want to go play a casino deck and you don't want to play Thief Rogue or Thief Priest, then I guess you can play this and there's just only one machine at the casino. You just roll the Amorphous Slime slot machine over and over again. I don't enjoy this deck. It's good, but the way that it's strong is so all in on Amorphous Slime, and like everything else is secondary. Even in aggro matchups, I'm winning off Amorphous Slime. This is Amorphous Slime and 28 other cards, and I hate decks like that. Still a good deck though, despite my personal taste being very, very against it. Anyways, that'll be it for now. I'm Rather Incoherent. Hope you enjoyed seeing me play and bitch about Deathrattle Warlock. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff really does help the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.